I got fired on my day off for a crime I didn't even know existed. So here's how I became a criminal, according to my ex-boss anyway. At the time, I was working part-time at a chain grocery store we'll call Price Rage. My job was basic: stock shelves, avoid eye contact with customers asking where the almond flour is, and pretend to care about the cleanliness of aisle 6. Now, this all happened on my day off. I was home, in pajamas, watching conspiracy videos about how birds aren't real. The only crime I was committing was pouring milk into the bowl before the cereal. Then I get a call from my manager, Brian. Now Brian has the energy of a printer that never works. He always sounds mad, even when he's saying good morning. And today he sounds furious. He goes, "You need to come in right now." I say, "I'm not scheduled." He says, "I don't care. We have a situation." Truly, I assume someone died, or the store's on fire, or maybe someone finally snapped in the self-checkout line. Nope, he says, "We have you on camera committing time theft." Pause. I blink. Time what? Time theft, he repeats, like I'm supposed to know what that means. You clocked in for your shift yesterday, but didn't actually work. Now, this is interesting, because I didn't work yesterday either. I say, "Brian, I haven't been there since Tuesday." He goes, "Really? Then why do we have footage of you walking in, clocking in, and leaving 8 minutes later?" At this point, I'm fully confused. I ask him to send the footage. He refuses. Of course he does. So I drag myself out of my cereal coma, put on pants, and drive 20 minutes to the store. Brian meets me in the break room like I'm about to be interrogated by the FBI. He shows me this grainy black and white footage, and there I am. Or at least someone who looks like me. Same hoodie, same backwards cap, same walk. I'm not gonna lie, even I was like, "Oh damn, is that me?" But it wasn't. I looked closer. This dude had a tattoo on his forearm. I don't. Boom. Innocent. I point that out. Brian squints like he's trying to see through the TV and finally goes, "Well, still seems suspicious." Suspicious? My guy, I've been at home eating Pop-Tarts and watching pigeons fight outside my window. But he's convinced I've found a way to scam the system. Says corporate's getting involved. Wants me to confess to time theft on a shift I didn't work, dressed as a doppelganger with better forearm ink. I refuse, obviously. So Brian tells me, "Until we figure this out, you're suspended." I ask if it's paid. He laughs. Spoiler, it wasn't. 3 days later, I get a voicemail from HR. After reviewing the footage, we've determined there was a case of mistaken identity. No apology, no reinstatement, just you're no longer suspended. At that point, I'd had enough. I didn't even want the job anymore. I mean, if a lookalike can steal your hours, what's next? Identity theft via Vibes. So I quit. Sent Brian a polite email that said, "Thanks for the opportunity. I'll be committing my time theft elsewhere. And now I work in an office where no one accuses me of clocking in as my evil twin, but sometimes, just for fun, I wear that same hoodie and walk past my old job just to keep them guessing."